So ESPN has rated us as the best 0-2 team going into week 3. I know it's kind of like an oxymoron, like the best 0-2 team, but no, they have rated us as the best 0-2 team, and it's honestly not surprising. You look at all the 0-2 teams, and we are a team that really, obviously week 1 we should have lost to the Browns. That's no doubt about it. But the second half of last week is very disappointing because we could have won that game. So we are, in my opinion, as they say here, the best 0-2 team. But here's what they said, and here's what their ESPN's Bill Barnwell wrote about us. He said, the good news is for the Bengals is that week 2 wasn't quite as bad as week 1. The offense came out slow again, but Joe and company eventually showed signs of their usual selves. They produced 3 long possessions on 4 tries in the second half against Baltimore, including a touchdown in the third and fourth quarter on throws to T. Higgins. And not only does he not mention the elephant in the room here, we are a second half team. At the end of the day, no matter what way you put it, we're a second half team. We play better in the second half. So I'm actually not really that surprised that in the second half last week we really came alive. I was kind of surprised in the first game that we didn't come alive in the second half because, again, like I said, we are a second half team. That's just how we play. We don't usually play that great starting off the game. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But the second half, we make adjustments at halftime. Ludini goes in there. He gets some, mystical chemical formulas. I don't know what I'm saying there. But we make adjustments, okay? We come on the second half and things work out. I don't know why I thought Ludini, who's a magician of defense, would be a scientist with chemistry. Nonetheless, though, they continue to say this, though. He also knows of things that are still big concerns. The problem has been, everything else. Cincinnati went 3 and out on 2 of its 3 and out on each of its 2 drives in the first quarter, and netted only a field goal on its long drive in the second quarter. After a 27-24 loss, Burrow told reporters he aggravated his right calf injury, an issue that originally began in training camp. Has the calf injury impacted the star quarterback? It's tough to say. Burrow was the league's #1 passer on the run, traveling 8 or more miles per hour while throwing last season, posting a 31.5 passer rating this season, although his numbers on the run are down, but still posting a 112.1 rating on the run while actually trying to throw more often. Well, he has a calf strain. I wonder why those numbers are not adding up. What's the factor? The calf strain, and we started off 2 games versus, honestly, the Browns defense, and they showed in that game versus Pittsburgh, their offense actually scored 14 points for the Steelers. Their defense literally only gave up, 12 points in that game? Now, the Browns defense is legit. We played 2 AFC North battles against tough opponents where we haven't won in Cleveland in so freaking long, since 2017. Baltimore, we've had struggles against them as of recently. And now, again, we had to play them in Cincinnati, but still an AFC North opponent. There's so many factors you can make up going into why we struggled the last 2 weeks. And again, there's no excuses, right? We played 2 good teams. We played 2 very, very good teams. And they know us very well because they're in the AFC North. So that's why, again, like I said, I kind of scrapped those 2 games up to AFC North football, and it's going to be tough. The problem is we don't know if Joe's going to be healthy enough to play his upcoming game. At this moment in time, we do know that he did come out and say, I think it was yesterday, that he feels a lot healthier, he feels a lot better since Sunday, and his calf's feeling a lot better too. But again, we don't know how this Ring of Honor game is going to go. Barwell continues and points to an issue we were all aware could arise: the Bengals' newly constructed secondary. Come on now. Dak still had a pick against the Browns. I think our secondary played well. Yeah, we give it that big play to Zay Flowers, but that was pretty much it. The secondary still looks like a work in progress. Nick Scott, one of the safeties acquired to replace the incumbent duo, left Sunday's game with a concussion and didn't return. Cheeto, the team's top cornerback when healthy a year ago, hasn't been a full-time player this season. He was in coverage out of the slot for the game-winning touchdown Sunday on a Lamar Jackson fade to Nelson Aguilar. That did actually look very, very bad, not gonna lie. All in all, the article depicts reasons for fans to stay level-headed or a reason for them to panic, depending on how they choose to look at it. And again, listen, these are all things that we knew going into this season, right? We knew this secondary was going to be younger and it's going to take some time to develop. And I think for how new and young this secondary is, I do not think there's any reason to panic about it. I think our secondary is fine. Yes, they're not perfect, but again, they're a new unit that's just getting together, just learning about the communicating together, and it's going to take some time. There's going to be some growing pains. I don't think there's many issues with our secondary. Last week, our defense definitely was not the greatest, but you're playing Lamar Jackson, who, if you stop him on third down, he's just going to run the ball for 5 yards and pick it up and get a first down. And that's not really on our defense as a problem. That's pretty much every single team in the NFL can't stop that, because the man is an absolute blazing fast quarterback. That's just, it is what it is, right? So, I think moving forward, we will be absolutely fine. And again, that was a problem. Offensive line looks amazing. And that's honestly my biggest problem, I'll be honest. My biggest scare going into the season was the offensive line. And the offensive line so far has showed us that they are absolutely lights out playing great football. And that's all I really care about. Our secondary, they'll get more time together. They'll get better. They're really, develop that chemistry, whatever, right? Everything else can get fixed without problems. If the offensive line is a problem, that's something that needs to be fixed, right? That's something that can't, over time it'll get better. No, that can't be a problem. And it's not a problem. And that's really what I'm taking away from all this is, we played second half football last week, which were very well. We got down the field, we made some plays, we got 2 touchdowns, as I said. And yeah, Joe is definitely dealing with the calf strain, still dealing with the issue going into the season that we knew about. And we're going to be fine. We're going to be absolutely fine. We play the Rams, we play the Cardinals, we play Rams, Titans, Cardinals, Seahawks, and then we have our bye week. Coming out of our bye week, we're going to have to worry about some tougher games, but it's a long season, man. It's a very, very long season. September is just one of many months that we're going to be dealing with, playing football here and trying to get to the playoffs. So, and again, at the end of the day, all you got to do is get in the playoffs. You get in the playoffs, and then if you win your conference, right, you get 3 games. You win your division, you get 4 games. If you don't win your division, you still play 4 games, right? So, at the end of the day, those 4 games, we know we're going to make the playoffs no matter what. Whether or not you're like, we don't have any chance of winning the AFC North or the AFC in general, we're still going to make the playoffs no matter what. So, that's 4 games. Those are the games that Joe needs to be healthy for. Those are the games that Joe needs to be 100% for, right? Because at the end of the day, I think we'll still win the conference. I think we'll still win our division. 15-2 starts now. But those 4 games, those are the games that matter. I'll see you guys in the next one.